So real quick, boys, let me get us some light up in here first. Putting around, ripping on this little bad boy. I think I've got about 8 or 9 miles on it now, just from kind of like ripping around the neighborhood. So some things I notice immediately. First of all, the clutch doesn't engage until like right about there, which is insane. They're like the first half to almost more than half of the clutch does nothing, and then finally it'll engage like right there, which I greatly hate that. I feel like I'm losing a lot of control. So yeah, I'm gonna adjust that immediately. Other than that, the brakes both feel pretty good. Suspension's really soft, so I might stiffen it up a little bit. I am kind of at my heaviest right now. I'm 190 pounds, so I usually stay in the 175, 180 range. So hopefully when I go back down, it won't be too soft for me, but it feels like the suspension is very soft, especially if I am going to be doing predominantly street riding with this bike. I mean, I will be hitting some trails on it, but not really that much, I guess, until I get a new bike. You know, once I grow out of this and get a new street bike, then this will kind of just become like a family dirt bike kind of thing. Probably unregister it for the street and just use it for like camping trips and, you know, not fishing, trail riding and whatnot. Anyway, so yeah, clutch needs to be adjusted. What else? Oh, so there's a lot of popping coming from the exhaust, which I'm pretty sure means that it's running pretty lean. It feels like it's running really lean. I did, however, get a jet kit for the carb, but I'm gonna wait to install that until I install the exhaust for it, which is over here. These are basically all the parts that I bought for the bike so far. So I've got this aftermarket LED front fairing. All these are, you know, LED lights, and the headlights are extremely bright LEDs. It's already pre-wired and everything. It's got the adapter, so hopefully it should just be kind of plug and play with what I've got on there right now. I am gonna keep that front end on there, that front fairing, for a while, just because it looks pretty damn badass. So I got a cell phone mount for the handlebars, because, you know, you need to have GPS and be able to change your tunes and see who texts you and shit like that while you're riding. This is the jet kit from Six Sigma. I got it on eBay. You type in exactly your make and model, any modifications you have, and the elevation that you run at. So gave them that information. They gave me a custom jet kit. So I'll be installing this on the carb after I install the exhaust, which is in there, as you see. Now, they don't really make an exhaust for the CSC TT250. However, that is a Honda clone engine, a 229cc Honda clone engine that's been used for decades. So if you just type in exhaust for a Honda CR 230F, then those exhausts are all applicable with this engine. I will have links to this exact kit that I got. I think I got this one on Amazon. So I also got some stickers here, but these aren't going on until I paint the bike. I'm kind of going with a olive drab, which I might do either rattle can, like, you know, legit spray paint, or I might use Plasti Dip, because that way if I ever want to go back to the stock white and gray configuration, I can. Not to mention, I found the exact Plasti Dip color that I want. It's kind of an olive drab green, and I'd probably leave these gray body panels as is, and then all the white would probably be olive drab. And basically the whole theme of this bike is going to be kind of a zombie apocalypse survival Daryl Dixon looking bike. So I'm going to have ammo cans for saddlebags back here. It's going to look fucking sick. The olive drab paint. I'm drawing a blank right now, but basically just going with that whole theme. These mirrors are probably going to get scrapped eventually because they just look fucking retarded, and I'll probably just do one underbar mirror or a bar end mirror, but probably just one like under handlebar mirror. Let's see what else. This bike does have a kickstart, which is kind of cool. Wow, that's hot right now. I just rode it around the block, but this bike does have a kickstart, but it also has an electric start, so it's kind of good to have that backup, that if your battery does die or something, you can still kickstart your bike and get home. However, I have heard kickstarting this bike's kind of a bitch, which doesn't make sense because it's only a 230cc motor. The seat's incredibly comfortable. Like, no shit, you could sit on this thing for days. The seat is stupid comfortable. I don't like this little wrinkle that's starting to happen here. Hopefully that will tighten up as I ride it more. But this seat's like fantastic. I also like that there's a little space right here where you can add a hard bag, hard luggage, whatever. Oh yeah, this whole rear section, besides the taillight, obviously, doing a fender eliminator kit. So this is now going to be down there on the side by the swing arm. All this reflector bullshit is going bye-bye. I do love the lights on here. They're LEDs, and they are, that's fun. They're supposed to be wiggly like that, by the way. So if you dump it, then, you know, they bend right back. They don't break or anything. But yeah, these LEDs are sick. They're super bright. They look awesome. Have them here in the front too. The headlight is not LED. It's just, you know, traditional iridescent light, but it looks pretty good. The tail light, I also don't believe is LED, but it looks really good. Honestly, the whole aesthetics of this bike look really good, and I don't really feel disappointed that I bought, you know, a 230cc dual sport to start, because I feel like it's very versatile. It's something that I'll be able to use for commuting to work, and also, you know, going off the beaten path and hitting some trails. And then once I move up to, you know, my next bike, something a little bigger, more powerful, something a lot bigger and more powerful, then this is still gonna, you know, grace my family's garage as a dedicated dirt bike, and we'll be able to just use it to off-road and shit. So that's kind of the reason I purchased this bike, is I feel like it's gonna give me a ton of years of enjoyment out of it, because it's something that I won't really grow out of, because once I buy a bigger street bike, I'm still going to use this as a, man, I'm sweating. Popped a molly, now I'm sweating, good Lord. Yeah, that's another thing that's gonna happen here. I'm gonna be installing either a fan or some kind of an air conditioning system in the garage, because obviously it doesn't have any air conditioning in here right now, and it's Florida, so it gets hot as fuck. Anyway, carbs right there. Some things need adjustments. Honestly, I think I might tighten up the front and rear brakes a little bit, but after they get broken in, because they're still scrubbing in, they're not actually broken in. The tires, as you see, are starting to get worn in, but not so much on the edge, because obviously I don't do a whole lot of extreme lean angles or anything like that, so I still got my side tread unbroken in. But again, in about 4 or 5 days, I'll have my license, so I can start actually commuting to work and cruising around, and basically using this as my primary vehicle, and using my Mercedes only on rainy days or when I need to carry a lot of luggage. So anyway, kind of just want to talk about my initial impressions riding the CSC pretty much daily for the last like couple weeks, and overall so far great bike. I'm actually on low fuel now, just from cruising around the neighborhood, because I have ridden the shit out of it. There's also a little dirt patch near the front of my subdivision, just a big open dirt path. I've screwed around with it a little bit there, did a little first gear clutch pop and got got some wheel spin. That was pretty exhilarating, just because before this bike I hadn't been on a motorcycle in about 8 or 9 years. So I grew up riding dirt bikes. I also might have rode a couple sport bikes on the street when I was younger. So I do have some experience, but not enough. So I want to take the MSF course and practice in parking lots and stuff before I start really commuting, and definitely before I decide to throw a passenger on here. I want to make sure that I'm extremely comfortable with my abilities as a rider. But I also love the upside down brass forks on here. They look super sick. These little reflectors kind of kill the looks a little bit. I don't really know how to remove these. Yes I do. They're threaded. Ah, sweet. Peace.